Cablevision is proud to present OIA football on KVLE Channel 17. Tonight's game featuring the tough Radford Rams battling the undefeated Waipahu Marauders in an important OIA West showdown. Hope you're having a good evening, everybody. I'm Larry Beal, along with the coach Larry Price, and we could have a Wild West showdown tonight, as in the OIA West. A high-powered offense from Waipahu versus a very, very stingy Radford defense, Coach.
Well, as you hear Roseanne in the background there, let me tell you, this could be the classic confrontation between irresistible force and immovable object. Waipahu 3-0, averaging 8 touchdowns. They got 8 touchdowns in 3 games. Radford giving up 6 points a game in their last 2 outings, 2-1. Great game.
Now, if you're talking about irresistible forces, one force that we've got to talk about is Lefalati, the Waipahu quarterback, because he is outstanding.
Legitimate run-and-shoot quarterback. He can throw and run. You know, he's thrown 8 touchdowns. He can really whip the ball. Has a good receiver in John Kamaka. It's really going to be interesting to see whether they try to stop him from running or passing, because he's a better runner, you see, but they're going to have their hands full.
All right. Now, if we're talking about immovable objects, actually the Radford Rams will do some moving around, as in blitzing. And for more on that story, we go down to the sidelines for a report from Skip Aquina. Skip?
Larry, the Radford Rams have historically been noted to have a great defensive ball club, and this year is no different. At this point in time, they're number 1 in the OIA West. In fact, they're number 1 in the island of Oahu, giving up only 76 yards a game and 6 points a game to the opposition. The reason for their success, of course, is the great linebacking core made of Phil Cunningham, Rodney Gray, Tony Molina, James Sunday, and Tyson Amo. Tonight, they're going to be definitely pressed to try and stop this high-powered Waipahu offense. If they can keep Waipahu under 2 touchdowns, they'll have a shot at winning this football game.
All right, thank you, Skip. We'll see if these two teams can hit some high notes tonight. We've got Waipahu and Radford, the Marauders and the Rams, coming up next. Welcome back to Aloha Stadium, everybody. Just a few moments away from the kickoff between Waipahu and Radford. You can see the captains meeting now at the 50-yard line, as we have just had the toss of the coin. Waipahu in black, and check that, Waipahu in white and Radford in black. Waipahu 3-0 coming into this game. They defeated Moanalua to start the season 40-7. Then beat Aiea 43-16, and are coming off of a victory over Pearl City by the score of 40-10. So you can see offensively, they can put points on the board. Radford, on the other hand, comes in with a 2-1 record. They started the season by losing to Leilahua 9-6, and they came back with consecutive victories over Campbell and Nanakuli. They beat the Sabres 20-7, and they defeated Nanakuli by a score of 21-0. The key, Coach, would be Radford keeping the score low. They want 2 touchdowns or less, 14 points on the board.
No question about it. When you're playing a team as explosive as Waipahu is, and they're on and off. When you get 3-0, you can't deny the fact that you feel like you are invincible. Nobody's been able to come close to beating them. 40 points a game is nothing to sneeze at. I might add that the wind is really blowing. This is going to be a factor in the kicking game, first of all. Second of all, if Lauti has to throw, it's going to be tough to throw deep in this kind of wind and be on target.
As you can see, the Marauders in white will kick off.
You can see the wind just blowing the paper on the field there.
And we are underway as Stanford Ganoza boots it away. It's taken at the 17-yard line up to the 30, 35, and knocked out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Charles Phillips on the return for the Radford Rams, and they'll take over 1st and 10, a 20-yard return for the Rams as they get set offensively. We take a look at Joey Gonzalez, their quarterback, and here are the receivers and backs: Gonzalez, Cunningham, and Gray, along with Ryan Cunningham and Sean Cloyce at the skill positions. Foley, Tupea, Fisher, Sunday, Sullivan, and Kern, the offensive wall up front. They'll run a close set attack, and now they're in the split backs. Foley and motion. The ball goes to Rodney Gray trying to get outside and gang tackled at the 40-yard line for a pickup of 2.
Lance Gasper made the tackle there right on the sideline, gain of 2 yards. Good mobile defense. Here's their defensive line. You can see Waipahu, Galitas, Nuimaka, and Slade. Big fellows.
Banglos, Gaspar, Sui Vaaya, and Fuentes, the linebackers, and Adaro Diaz, Vitale, and Benjamin, the defensive secondary for Waipahu. 2nd and 8, and the give to the second man through. That is Cunningham, slanting over the right side, taking it out past the 45-yard line for a pickup of 6. Cunningham, a big back, 6'1", 190, a senior, and he's a track star, Coach, so you know that he can run.
Yeah, this kid can run. He plays both ways, too. He's very important to the Radford offense. Slade made the tackle there. They have a good defensive team. Don't let Waipahu fool you. They're not 3-0 just because they're all offense and no defense. They're number 1 in the league against the pass defense, which is logical because they have a good passing attack.
3rd and 2 from just beyond the 45-yard line for the Radford Rams on their opening possession. And here is the give and a first down carry for Rodney Gray, exploding through the middle of the line, taken down by Leroy Diaz, but not before a first down. And I talked with Coach Velasco, Ron Velasco, in his 4th year with Radford, and he said, hey, we feel we can run the ball.
Well, they played the perfect defense that time to be run against. They had the tackles going to the inside, and they just had a natural hole there for Cunningham. You can see now they've gone to an odd man front 5 with 2 inside linebackers to try to stop that.
1st and 10 Radford on the Waipahu 46-yard line. This is Gray getting outside and trying to turn the corner, stacked up at the 40-yard line and powering his way down inside the 39, perhaps to the 38-yard line. Gary Villanueva in the defensive secondary on the stop along with Diaz, but good speed by Gray to get outside.
Well, they got him going now. They got Cunningham going inside, Gray going outside, running with a lot of authority. Both backs for Radford, and they are moving the ball. We could have a high-scoring contest here.
You saw Gary Villanueva, after making the tackle, heading off of the field. A 7-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 3 for Radford. And this is Cunningham up the middle. He'll be very close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot of the ball. He needed 3, and it looks like he got close to 4 yards on the carry, so it should be a first down. And so far, strictly a ground attack for Radford, and you can understand it because they're marching on the Waipahu Marauder defense.
Well, they didn't make it any secret. They intended to run it. Nuimata and Galintas, and they're the 2 big linemen for the Marauders. Be interesting to see if they can do it. This Cunningham is a big-time back.
1st and 10, as you see Ryan Cunningham going in motion. And there is Gray sidestepping one tackler and then really getting stuck. He was hit by Shelly Benjamin, who is one of the best athletes on this Waipahu Marauder team, and he is a big hitter. A pickup of 4 as we take another look.
Watch this here. Watch Gray jump through the hole. You got a partial cartouche here by Shelly. Watch right here. Patoom. Good hit. Whenever you drive a back like Gray back on his numbers like that, you know he's been hit pretty good. Good tackle.
2nd and 6 for the Rams from the 31-yard line of Waipahu. Opening possession. And here our first pass of the game by Gonzalez. Double pumps and throws short. And that is complete to his tight end, Melvin Holy. Dragged out of bounds. Holy, a 6'1", 200-pound senior. And stopped by little Leroy Diaz, and we'll tell you more about Leroy, number 40, as the night goes on.
Leroy is genuine small. Good tackler, though. He's already been in on 3 tackles, and we're just very early in the game.
Only a pickup of 1 as Diaz was able to make the stop. There's Leroy. 5'3" on a tall day. 3rd and 5 for Radford from the 30-yard line of Waipahu. Gonzalez with a hand up to Cunningham, slashing to the 25 and driven back, but another first down. And Coach, Radford really able to establish their running game early. A pickup of 7 for Cunningham.
When you see Radford come up to the line, watch the size of their line splits. You see the guard pulling from the offside. Cunningham cuts right back up inside of them. They have got the Marauder line split really a good distance. Check the line split. They must have a yard between the guard and the center, and another 1.5 yards between the tackle and the guard. And the tight end is about 2 yards out. So they got him opened up.
So the natural holes exist. As Holy comes in motion, 1st and 10 from the 23. And he was wide open but could not hang on to it. I think he was thinking about running before he caught the ball, Coach. Holy at the 21-yard line.
That's a classic example. He was surprised that he was so all alone. That's that lonely feeling out there.
Well, it's real lonely now as you jog back to the huddle.
Of course, they're going into the wind here. This is a pretty stiff breeze if you've ever gone Mauka in Aloha Stadium. It is blowing pretty good here.
2nd and 10 for Radford. No score first quarter, 8:18 to go in the period. This is Cunningham in motion to the right side, and Gonzalez will roll that way and throw to Cunningham out of the backfield, and a nice open field tackle by Shelly Benjamin.
Benjamin's a football player. Good open field tackle. 9 plays already in this drive, and they're still cranking it out. Here's a replay of that. He tries to hide the ball on his back hip. Didn't really fool anybody. Threw it on the 5th step. Good. Just a real good tackle by Shelly. Cunningham is a quality back, as you can see by that graphic.
Benjamin, the senior, holds Cunningham to a gain of 1, so it's now 3rd and 9 from the Waipahu 22. Radford on the march here in the early going. Gonzalez will pass. Hanging it up. Oh, and right through the hands of Ryan Cunningham at the 10-yard line. Ryan Diaz darted in front just as the ball arrived, and that may have distracted Ryan Cunningham for just a tad.
Well, it's kind of hard to imagine a guy Leroy's size distracting anybody. He's a whole whopping 5'2", 135 pounds. But he's intercepted 3 passes, and you can see why. You might say he gets overlooked.
Coach, he's really 5'3".
He's 5'3"?
He's 5'3", 135.
All those 5'3" guys say they're 5'3". They're actually 5'2" without shoes. It's 5'3" with shoes on.
Offense, still 3rd down.
So the penalty will march them back, but they will get another opportunity here on 3rd down. The holding penalty will make it 3rd and 19 from the 32-yard line.
It's evident at this point that Radford has done their homework. They have got the Marauders scouted really well. They know where to go in the must situations.
Receivers split to the right, and that one is almost intercepted. Incomplete at the 20-yard line. Was intended for Marvin Hall, who started the season at quarterback, went through his hands. And it could have been picked off by the Marauders. Instead, now we'll have 4th down.
2 passes for 5 yards, 2 out of 5 for 2 yards. So Radford's not a passing team, but they're keeping them loose. A pass is effective even if it's not caught sometimes.
So on 4th and 19, Gonzalez, the quarterback, who is also the punter, will retreat in punt formation. Shelly Benjamin around his 10-yard line for Waipahu, awaiting the kick.
Oh, what a beautiful kick.
Can they cover it, though? At the 1 and out of bounds.
What a beautiful kick.
Beautiful job. A 31-yard punt by Ryan Gonzalez, or Joey Gonzalez, I should say. And Joey pins down Waipahu as they take the ball over 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard line. If they're going to score, they'll have to go 99 yards to do it.
Here we have our irresistible force now with 99 yards to go, and an immovable object with 99 yards to cover.
Lefalauti, the quarterback. Reynold Cooper, the single setback. The slots, Kamaka and Colombini, with Agbayani and Petty, the split ends. Rico, Capine, Alameda, Tanuvasa, and Rosa, the offensive line, and nothing doing on 1st down as they try to run the ball and get completely stuffed. Cooper, the ball carrier. Rodney Gray leading the charge.
And Nathan Sullivan also put his head in there. This is a hard-nosed Radford defense. We weren't kidding when we told you they were an immovable force. Giving up 6 points a game. That's really a good defense, no matter which way you look at it.
Fisher, Barrientos, Sullivan, and Cole up front as Lefalauti will throw from his own end zone on 2nd down. Juggled at the 10-yard line and incomplete.
Jonathan Bush right there to break it up. Jomar Bush, excuse me, there to break it up. But there you see his mobility. He came out of there. He was caught. They had him pinned back there in the end zone, and he just scrambled and got the pass off. Good throw. Good athlete.
Brennan Kamaka was the intended receiver. As you look at Cunningham, Sunday, Amo, and Molina, the Radford linebackers, with Phillips, Bush, and Sanchez in the secondary, they will play a 4-4-3, which is a little bit unusual playing against a passing team. And Waipahu is that in the run and shoot offense with the double slots on 3rd and 9. And this is Lauti running over people to the 10, close to the first down, still on his feet out to the 15-yard line. Talk about strength and determination, Coach.
Yep, 10-yard carry, right, or 12-yard carry right there, all by himself.
And he appeared to be stopped 2 or 3 times.
That is the problem with the defense that they had up there. They had a 3-man front. You see, he just picks it apart. Had 3 men on the line. Look at the strength in his legs.
And Robert Fisher was getting a piggyback ride there, number 54 for Radford. Tony Molina also in on the stop, but a first down out to the 15-yard line for Lauti, who wants to go deep and hangs it up. And this ball is incomplete, basically a jump ball at the 43-yard line.
Well, the die is cast here. You can see now that it's going to be Lauti that they have to contend with. They're gonna have to bottle him up, and they haven't stunted yet. They're just playing him straight right now to see what they can do with him like he is.
Jamar Bush and Daniel Mosier on the coverage for Radford. As you take a look at the passing statistics on Lauti for the season, they don't throw much, but he's got 8 touchdowns already and only 30 attempts, which is tremendous. 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line, and this is Lauti looking deep down the right side, a man wide open at the 45-yard line, out to the 50 and into Radford territory. The ball caught by John Kamaka Jr. We told you about him in the open, and he has the ability to break away from people. He was all alone on that reception.
Joey Sanchez, their 40-yard pass. Cunningham also in on the tackle. He's a 2-way performer. We have a flag down there on the field. I don't know if that fell down by accident or there was malice aforethought. Here's a replay of that pass. John Kamaka, of course, 4.7 speed. The penalty against Waipahu, all for naught, like they say in the business.
Well, the penalty marker was thrown at the completion of the play, so it might have been a late block.
Dead ball foul, probably.
Illegal use of the hands. Wait after the reception.
Yeah.
First down.
So it was a block afterwards. So the way the penalty is marked off, they will give them the reception and then mark it off from the spot of the infraction. So you do see the ball move out to the 44-yard line, and it is a first down, 1st and 10. From the double slot. Slade in motion from right to left. And the give on a draw to Cooper. Big hole at the 50-yard line. Sidesteps to the 45. Down the sideline. It's a foot race to 30. A flag down. And at the 20-yard line, he's finally taken down. But this may come back also. A flag back at the 40-yard line as Cooper explodes down the sideline.
Impressive effort by James Sunday, running down from behind, along with Rodney Gray.
But you saw the infraction clipping against Waipahu, so consecutive penalties really hurting their effort here.
We saw a little bit about that, a 36-yard one. Watch it here. A real good lead draw. He just comes right through there. Good blocking, a missed tackle. Cooper is on his way, and can he run? Look at number 55 after him. Boy, I tell you, James Sunday, good job. Well, now you can see what's happening here. They got him going. Lauti has got him chasing Lauti, and he's handing the ball off to Cooper and scrambling himself, so they're going to have to be a little more accurate up front.
Again, the penalty from the spot of the foul here, so this will be 1st and 8 as Lauti drops back to pass and throws short over the middle and incomplete.
Right now he has way too much time to throw the ball. They have not stunted like they want to, and he's got a lot of time to throw the ball. You can see Velasco and his coaching staff trying to get the people to put a better rush. And against Lauti, it's got to come from the outside, because if you don't, he gets around you and it's all over but the shout, and he can really move.
It was intended at the last pass for Dane Agbayani over the middle, and it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 46-yard line. No score first quarter, Waipahu and Radford. The give on a counter play. This is Slade at the 50, the 45, and dragged down after picking up the first down. Waipahu keeps the march alive.
Tony Molina made a tackle there, heads-up ball, because all of the action was away. Here's a, you can see a replay of this. All the action was going one way. An inside handoff with a little trap action there. Good job defensively.
1st and 10. Waipahu on the move here in Radford territory as Kamaka goes in motion, and Lauti's looking for him again. Again, he's wide open. The 15, the 10, 5, touchdown. It worked once, Coach, and it worked twice.
Might as well work again. We had a 44-yard pass there. Jonathan Kamaka, 4.7 speed, got 5 receptions for 151 yards and 3 TDs, averaging 30 yards a catch. This one was 44.
Same play that they used earlier in the drive. He was wide open the first time and the second time, and a trick play as Lauti throws for 2, incomplete.
Of course, Lauti is the one that's holding the ball here, so there's no telling what they're going to do. Defensively there, Dean Petty was the intended receiver.
Trying to work a little razzle-dazzle in the early going, and Radford was ready for it. So 6-0 to score. Waipahu goes 99 yards to get on the board here. 4:25 left in the first period. We'll come right back.
Oh, yeah, that was a 10-play, 99-yard drive with 2 40-yard passes to Jonathan Kamaka, a well-coached team.
As you take a look at Sam Delos Reyes, Sam, a familiar face to not only football fans, but basketball fans. Usually you won't see him in the blue shirt. You'll see him in the Zebras outfit because he is one of Hawaii's best basketball officials. As Waipahu kicks off, it is high but short, and it is taken at the 18-yard line up to the 30 and the 35, and flags fly everywhere on the return. Ricardo Williams returning it for the Rams, but we've got to wait and see what this laundry is all about.
Tonight's telecast of OIA football is sponsored in part by Moss Burger, the most delicious new burger in town. And GTE Hawaiian Tel, our quality inter-island long-distance service, lets you walk across the sea.
Holding against Radford.
Oh. 10 plays there, you see it, 99-yard. Took him only 2 minutes, 44 seconds. Touchdown on a 40-yard pass to Kamaka from Lauti. Very familiar when you play Waipahu.
Team on the run back, first down.
And I'll tell you, when you go 99 yards on the opening drive, that has got to give you confidence offensively.
Yeah, I think it's a well-coached football team. You can see it.
Joey Gonzalez, a good look at Joey there, number 7. A very talented baseball player. Football was an afterthought for him as you see Holy go in motion. The handoff. This is great, trying to get to the outside, cutting back and getting drilled, and the loose ball after he was down, so I don't believe there was a true fumble on the play, and we may have an injury as well for Waipahu.
Galitas again in on a tackle, and we have somebody down there, can't see his number. Here's a replay of that action. You can see Gray jump to the outside here because the hole that he intended to run is stuffed. Just a simple handoff, missed block there. Gets away from one tackler. Gets brought down good.
Looks like the injured player is Va'ai Niomata.
He's an important man in their scheme of things. Big fella, 6 foot, 190 pounds, a senior, one of the leaders of that team. Well, that's an unusual thing there. See the umpire reach around and give him a little tap on the butt there. I don't remember officials being that friendly.
Well, they never went over to the coach's box, did they, and give you a friendly little tap?
No, when I was playing, I never seen them give anybody. This is a real friendly bunch of people we got out here.
Pickup of 3 on the last play as Niomata gets off the field under his own power. 2nd and 7 for Radford from the 27, and they stay on the ground again, and this is Gray bursting out to the 35-yard line. Pickup of 8.
And Leroy Diaz, little 5'3", 135-pound senior right there. Ranked 6th in OIA West in total rushing, which is not bad in this league. Got a lot of teams that can run with the ball.
He has breakaway speed as you take a look at Gonzalez coming up to the line of scrimmage. He replaced Marvin Hall at quarterback. He was actually recruited by Coach Velasco from the baseball team. Said, hey, this guy's a pretty good pitcher. I wonder how he do with a football in his hand. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. And this is Cunningham trying to get outside, and he is in trouble. Back at the 30 and knocked out of bounds at the 35. Just does get back to the line of scrimmage, showing you his speed there as Siafono Sui Vaaya makes the stop along with Shelly Benjamin. Benjamin is all over the field.
Watch the guard and the tackle coming from the backside. They had a real wide split there. The tackle gets knocked off. That leaves too many people to block with nobody out there to help him. But he put on some speed. Gray now has 6 carries for 31 yards, a 5.2 average. So Gray is earning his money tonight.
Loss of 1 on the last play on 2nd and 11. The give up the middle. And that is Ronald Gray again, or Rodney Gray, I should say, for a pickup of 4. Rodney got poked in the eye in last week's game with Nanakuli, and I'm not sure if we can get a shot through the helmet, but he said he was going to wear goggles for this game.
Well, I think you'll see the day when all football players and basketball players will be wearing goggles.
The Eric Dickerson look, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar look. 3rd and 6 from the 39-yard line of Radford. They trail 6-0 against Waipahu. With 2:15 to play in the first quarter, they stay on the ground again with Gray running off left tackle.
Interesting confrontation here. They go in a 5-2 defense on Waipahu, is settled on 5 down linemen and 2 inside linebackers. Radford is sticking with their wide line splits. You'll see them come up and hold their hands up so that they're arm's lengths from each other, creating natural holes for their running backs. K.E. Fuku Radiator, keeping your radiator cool all year long, celebrating their 50th anniversary. Visit either of their locations in Kalihi and Waipahu.
And Rodney Gray there on the sideline as it's 4th and 5 from the 40-yard line. And remember, Gonzalez is the quarterback. High snap.
Oh, wow,
great
what a catch.
Just to spear the ball and gets a terrific bounce.
Oh, my goodness. What an effort.
Great play. Second spectacular punt by Gonzalez. This a 32-yarder as you take a look at the Radford fans. Their team trails right now 6-0, and we'll be back. 6-0 Waipahu, and Coach, take a look at this effort by Gonzalez. I know when you watch warm-ups, you always look at the kicker's hands.
That's right. And he got the good hands.
And not a bad foot there either.
Kind of looked like a little ballet dancer there, you know that?
Sam Delos Reyes with a 6-0 lead at this point. And his team has the football, 1:26 to play in the first quarter. They marched 99 yards in their opening drive, thanks to that man, Lefa Lauti. 6 of his first 7 completions this year went for touchdowns. That's amazing. And he drops back and gives to Cooper on the draw, trying to get away at the 30, turns the corner, 35-40, and run out of bounds. Knocked out by Jory Sanchez, a 155-pound senior, or Cooper was off to the races. And we've seen already with Cooper and Kamaka, they have some excellent speed at the skill positions.
Yes, our immovable force, if you can see here, has got some problems because they don't know who they're after. They're playing Lauti, and here comes Cooper. Breaks a tackle. Break just outruns one defender there and gets pushed out of bounds.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line, and here's Kamaka in motion again. Got to look out as Lauti is under pressure. Will he throw? No, he'll run the 40, 45, dragged down by his jersey at midfield. Stopped on the play by James Barrientos, the linebacker for the Rams, but a pickup of 9 on the play.
Barrientos was very fortunate to get his meat hooks in there. Watch this, number 60. Completely breaks that tackle. Lauti. Here comes Barrientos just with that one hand. Kind of an anchor tackle, you might say, a takedown. He's only a sophomore, 255 pounds.
Barrientos on the stop as Slade goes in motion out to the left side. 2nd and 1. And Lauti will keep. It looked like might have been a busted play. Gets a great block at the 45 and moves down close to the 40-yard line. Boy, we got to see that block again because that was
a cartouche.
That was, thank you.
You don't hear very many offensive players getting the cartouche here on OIA football in Oceanic, but that was a cartouche.
Pickup of 12 on the play. Although at first it appeared that was a slow developing play in the backfield that had some problems, and Lauti made it work.
He is a real classic quarterback. He is what you want in a run and shoot quarterback.
And we've got a timeout on the field. with 12 seconds to play in the first quarter. And Sam De Los Reyes will talk to Lauti. And see what they want to set up here. Lauti.
Somebody's delving into obvious there. Coaches on the Radford team are saying, you got to tackle, gang. Yes, you're going to have to tackle. But this Sunday afternoon, if you want to see some tackling, it's NFL action on TNT. The Washington Redskins evade the Phoenix Cardinals Sunday at 2 o'clock on TNT, Oceanic Cable, Channel 29.
The Radford defenders trying to figure out a way to stop Lauti, who last week against Pearl City ran for touchdowns of 69 yards and 1 yard, and also threw for 2 other touchdowns from 28 and 26 yards out as they won 40-10. Lauti's a guy, he can run, he can pass, he can do it all.
Well, just look at the imbalance here. Radford has 110 yards rushing and 80 yards passing already. I mean, Waipahu does. Radford only has 54.
Lauti will look to throw, and he's going deep down the sideline, and incomplete. Intended for Dean Petty, who was the recipient of a touchdown pass last week in the win over Pearl City. He hauled in the 28-yarder. Double coverage that time by the Radford Rams defensively. 4 seconds left in the first quarter of play. 6-0 Waipahu.
It's a little harder to throw this way, believe it or not. You can't feel it in your living room, but the wind is really blowing at Lauti's back.
This is Kamaka in motion. We got to watch him every time he starts out. And they'll go short this time and over the middle and incomplete.
I think he was throwing that to the umpire that time.
I believe it was intended for Brennan Kamaka, but the ump actually had the best chance to catch the ball. And right now, we're going to take some time to talk about one of the legendary coaches in the OIA, John Velasco, who started Radford's program in 1958 and ran it until 1981 when he passed away on the eve of his club's OIA championship game with Waianae. Tonight we pay tribute to John Velasco, the coach and the man, in this edition of the OIA's First 50 Years.
Coach Velasco, you got to get to know him. Of course, the guy's a black belt karate guy, and he had his hat always dim low with shades, and you could never see his eyes, and it's very intimidating. He didn't have to yell and stuff like that. He could just give you this look, which would send a chill down your spine, you know. And I haven't met a coach since then that's put so much fear into people, and he was a great motivator.
I don't think there was anybody else in the league that was held in awe by his players or by his coaches that goes to other sports than Johnny was. When Johnny said jump, they all said how high. But with his hardcore outlook and all that, that guy had a big heart, I think, bigger than anything else. And I know I got to know him real well, you know, in the last 5 or 6 years that we've played each other. And that guy was more human being than anybody thought. Everybody thought, looking from the outside, he's just a hardcore, straight guy. But he's a lot of fun, great talent, great musician. I mean, guy could sing. I think what happened was he worked 20 hours a day, you know. So, but John was a great influence in our league, development of our league.
Just give you an idea, time of possession. Radford has had the ball 7 minutes, 50 seconds for a total of 54 yards. Waipahu has had it only for 4 minutes, 10 seconds and a total yardage of 190. So you can see what's going on here. It is the irresistible force now that is winning our classic battle.
And Waipahu will punt it away, and a flag goes down as the punter was roughed, and this ball trying to save it at the 1 yard line of the Marauders, but it does go back for a touchback. I believe the punter Kamaka was roughed on the play after a 41-yard kick, and so Waipahu, with this penalty, should keep possession of the ball, Coach. And
costly mistake for Radford. They can ill afford to make any kind of mistakes against this offense.
You just cannot make those kinds of errors.
You can see the kind of effort that Waipahu is putting on there. They were trying desperately to ground that ball on the goal line. You can see the Radford coach there with the, he looks like he's ready to go in there and play, just almost.
Ron in his 4th year, played for BYU.
Roughing the kicker. Defense. Automatic first down.
That is a costly penalty.
Sam Delos Reyes, Velasco's counterpart on the Waipahu sideline. And his team picks up a big break right there. 1st and 10 from the 25. Running the option for the first time tonight. Lauti with the speed, galloping to the 20, 15, and just gets tripped up at the 10-yard line. Otherwise, it would have been another touchdown for Mr. Lauti.
17 yards right there.
Deceiving
just ripped
speed,
it off.
Coach. Deceiving speed as he turned the corner.
Yeah, a lot of colleges are going to be looking at this young man, I guarantee you. Look at it one more time. Watch him accelerate as he turns the corner here, which is a trait of a great quarterback. Got good eyes, comes down here. This is just a wide open option. No triple option, no nothing. Almost like a quarterback sweep all by himself. He actually tackled himself. He was either tackled by the 10-yard line or himself.
And he'll throw on 1st and goal from the 8, over the middle, incomplete.
Radford has already had 3 penalties for 35 yards, and that could have been a real costly one. Lauti now has 4 carries for 51 yards.
Pass was intended for Brennan Kamaka. And so it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line. Waipahu with a 6-0 lead here in the 2nd quarter.
You can see the Radford defense has been out there too long. They're starting to wilt just a little bit under the irresistible force.
Kamaka starts in motion. A little bit of confusion now as he and Slade aren't sure where to go. And Lauti, as penalty markers go down, in big trouble now. This is the ad-lib special, and he gets away at the 20. Big block at the 15. Oh, what an effort by Lauti. But there are flags virtually everywhere, and you got to believe that this one's going to come back. I mean, we could start out with 2 men in motion before the snap of the ball, and that's the first penalty. There may be others.
That almost looked like Canadian football there for a minute with the 2 guys in motion in the same backfield. Lauti never quits, though. Watch this. Even with the penalties, this is an incredible athletic feat. Watch him absolutely change directions, come to a dead stop, and then turn it on here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, contusions right there.
Fisher
occurring.
and Sullivan and a whole bunch of
One more
guys
here.
in black. And a big block right there as Andrew Alameda clobbered a Radford defender.
Robert Fisher was a recipient of that one. He won't forget that for a while.
So after all of that, it's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd and goal from the 13-yard line. And we've got more flags.
Seem to have consensus on that one. All the flags went up.
The officials very busy here in the first half of action.
Dead ball fall. Encroachment. Defense. Still 2nd down.
So they trade 5-yard penalties, and we're back to 2nd and goal from the 8. Keep your eyes on Kamaka here, number 25, the left slot back. They like to go to him deep down in the red zone, as they call it. And Lauti, running for dear life, just turns and fires as he was under all kinds of pressure.
That's the Radford blitzing that we talked about. They try to play him straight in the first quarter. It didn't work. You're going to see a lot more of this, I would predict.
It was intended for Cooper, and Lauti was just snowed under that time. As soon as he got back there, he had all kinds of black shirts all over and really not much of an opportunity to complete the pass. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line from the double slot. And this is Kamaka in motion again. Lauti will look for him and fire to the corner of the end zone. Too far, incomplete.
You should have seen the block Richard Tanavasa, a 327-pound offensive tackle, put on down there. That was really something to behold.
And Lauti may have taken a shot after throwing the ball, and he appears to be shaken up.
He's well protected. You notice he has those real space-age rib pads on around there. That's what that is. Going to try a 25-yard field goal here.
And Stanford Ginoza is the kicker, and this is a fake. Lauti is the holder, throwing into the end zone, tipped and incomplete, and almost picked off. And so Radford will get the ball back in the shakiest of ways, because that was very close to being a touchdown, very close to being intercepted.
I want to tell you, Radford has dodged a couple speeding bullets here, and they are still in the football game, going with the game. Pass was intended for Jonathan Kamaka Jr., who was out there but slightly underthrown.
I believe it was Joey Gonzalez who broke it up at the last second. But, you know, we told you earlier, Waipahu will do a lot of different things, crazy things, out of punt formation and field goal attempts, because they've got Lauti back there. And we'll come back 6-0 Waipahu. Back at Aloha Stadium, the Radford cheering section, a rather exuberant bunch tonight, Coach.
They have right to be. Lauti now has 4 carries for 18 yards, a 12.3 average. Gray has 3 carries for 48 yards, a 16-yard per carry rate. Radford's going with the win, which is now a factor in this game, both in kicking and in passing. You can see the total offense there, 190 to 54.
Flags go down as Gray bursts away at the 15-yard line, spinning to the 20, out to the 25. But again, penalty markers all over the field, so this will probably come back as well.
Shelly Benjamin makes the tackle there and saved a good one, boy. He was gone. Radford now really hurting themselves with penalties.
Illegal shift by the Rams will march them back 5 yards. They trail 6-0 here in the second quarter. 9:51 to play in the first half. Larry Beal along with Larry Price and Skip Aquina down on the sidelines.
Watch this play right here. Boy, real good running. Big time feet. Good spin move there.
Rodney Gray, the 5'11", 170-pound senior, with some nifty moves, but all for naught as they will push them back. And it'll be 1st and 14 from the 4-yard line. Radford deep in their own territory, and Gray stuck at the line of scrimmage, hit once, twice, and then a third time, finished off by Shelly Benjamin. Andrew Pola in on the stop initially.
Shelly Benjamin is doing a great side. Also Stanford Suiva'ia, I guess is how you say his name. Is that pretty close?
It's close, close as we're going to get anyway.
I like Benjamin. Benjamin has got his nose right up in there defensively for Waipahu. And they look good offensively and defensively. We got quite a football game.
No gain on the last play, 2nd and 14, and you can see the blood on the elbow of the quarterback, Joey Gonzalez, who's taken a pounding here in the early going. Busted play. They're just lucky to hand it off to Gray, and he gets back to the 2-yard line. You know, the fear here is that you get dropped for a safety. Not only do you give up 2 points, but then you have to kick the ball away, so a loss of 1. Lance Gaspar and Siafono Suiva'ia on the tackle. And now let's go down to Skip.
Larry, I've had a chance to watch this boy Lefelau play, and I'll tell you, he's just a tremendous athlete. He's made some great decisions down here. He's a magician down here on the field. I'm really impressed with his play.
All right, thanks, Skip. 3rd and 15 as the Rams are retreating here on offense. You can see the split backs, Gray and Cunningham, in their own end zone. And Lauti, check that, Gonzalez will flip it to Holy, the tight end, out to the 10-yard line. Well short of a first down, as they needed to get to the 18 to keep this drive alive. But at least it will give Gonzalez, the punter, a little bit of room to work after a 7-yard reception.
Good tackle by Palanico Vitale there. All right, look at that school stride. Look at that spirit. Yes, yes, we know.
The Rams certainly not trailing in the cheerleading department, although they trail on the scoreboard 6-0 here in the second quarter. And Gonzalez, who's punted beautifully here on 2 earlier efforts.
You can see the wind really in favor of Radford's punt here.
Gets a good snap, but this is not a very good kick.
That's almost impossible to do with a 20-mile-an-hour wind. He got backspin on the ball.
And so Waipahu will take it back offensively at the 31-yard line. Waipahu with a 6-0 lead here. 7:08 left in the first half of play, and we're coming right back. Back at Aloha Stadium, and we showed you the Radford sideline earlier and their cheerleaders, and this is the opposition, the counterparts. Not quite as much spirit there, Coach, for Waipahu at this point, although they do have a 6-0 lead, and they have the ball. 1st and 10 from the Radford 31. Lauti will look to pass on the run, fires complete to Kamaka at the 19-yard line, and he is taken down there by Rodney Gray.
12-yard pass. Lauti to Kamaka all night. Lauti to Kamaka. Sanchez in on the tackle with Rodney Gray. Here it is again. Little sprint. Eludes one tackler. Looks like he's going to get caught. Just a little wrist pass. Complete. Jonathan Kamaka Jr. 5 receptions for 151 yards. 30.2 per catch. And of course, he's the man who hauled in a 44-yarder. The only score of the game thus far, giving Waipahu a 6-0 lead. Marauders 1st and 10 from the Radford 18. Lauti with plenty of time to throw. Fires, tipped and almost picked off by Gray. He got a hand on it and couldn't quite grasp it and yanked the ball in. But a dangerous pass by Lauti that time. Tune in Sunday for the latest USA original movie. Listen to this. Kay Lentz and Patrick Kennedy star in a spine-chilling story of intrigue. Hitler's Daughter. Achtung, Hitler's Daughter. Sunday at 7 p.m. on Oceanic Channel 12.
2nd and 10 for the Marauders from the 18 of Radford. From the double slot. And this is Slade in motion. Right to left, and now he slows up. Lauti will run the option. And the pitch to Cooper. Sidesteps a man at the 15, running through one tackle and finally brought down by Phil Cunningham, but a pickup of 6 on the play. We'll set up 3rd and short.
It's interesting to point out that this is just a naked option. No dive, no triple, nothing. He's just reading the outside receiver. Just pitches it out there when number 86 there is the man that he was optioning. Almost breaks it there. It's interesting to point out that Lauti has 3 of 14 passes completed, but for 92 yards.
Well, the big one, the 44-yarder to Kamaka. 3rd and 4 now from the 12. The inside handoff, the 10, the 5, and barreling down to the 2-yard line is Richard Colombini, the right slot back.
Good tackle by Tony Molina there. He was in the end zone.
Richard slashing his way for a gain of 11. His first carry of the night, 5'9", 165-pound junior.
Good carry. They've run that play a couple of times, very successful. What that means, of course, is Radford's defense is over pursuing and not keeping their eye on what's going on there, reading their keys.
And a face mask on the tackle of Colombini.
They didn't need that.
Will move the ball from the 2 to the 1-yard line. And 1st and goal from the 1 as Waipahu looks to add to a 6-0 lead. And they remain in the double slot with Reynold Cooper, the single setback behind Lauti. QB sneak, and we'll see if he gets over or not as they unpile everybody at the goal line. And he apparently did not make it in on that attempt.
See Richard Tanavasa there, number 75. The idea was to run right over him, and he was behind Lauti, so.
Well, you're about as close as you can be without actually being in the end zone at that point. The ball just needs to break the plane of the goal line in order to score a touchdown.
Look at the size of Tanavasa there, number 75, 327 pounds. Let's run over him, why not?
And he is close, but well, one ref signals touchdown, and now several more do. It appeared as though he might have been stacked up and stopped, but the official on the far side of the field signaled touchdown.
Yeah, he's the one that has the final say there. He sees the plane being broken.
So Lauti has passed for 1 touchdown and now also run for a touchdown, and Sam De Los Reyes' team now up 12-0, and they will go for 2 to try to make it an even 14-0 advantage. So the ball comes out to the 3-yard line on this 2-point conversion try. Kamaka in motion, and they will throw. Lauti has time, and now he'll run. Will he make it? Yes! Oh, beautiful effort by Lefa Lauti, and that was just pure power and determination.
He delivered the cartouche that time with his helmet. He really rattled Gonzalez's cage on that one. Watch this.
Here's the sneak for the touchdown. We'll see if he was over or not. Maybe we won't.
Tanavaso wasn't. You'll see number 75 get shoved back, but Lauti was, so that's what counts.
And we'll take a break with Waipahu off to a 14-0 lead, 4:43 remaining in the first half.
We had 31 yards in 5 plays, 2 minutes, 25 seconds, a score, 1-yard run by Lauti.
Waipahu kicks off, and this is Ricardo Williams back at his own 8-yard line, running him to the 15 and stacked up at the 20-yard line, gang tackled by the white-shirted Marauders at the 21-yard line.
You know, for a limited time, you can order Honolulu Magazine and you'll get a monthly cable guide. Plus, this year's restaurant guide free with your subscription. Call Oceanic Cable to order.
Radford coach John Velasco said coming in, or Ron Velasco, I should say, said coming in that he wanted the Rams to hold Waipahu to 14 points or less, and he's at the limit right now here in the second quarter. His team unable to really mount a successful offensive threat, although they were able to pick up some ground, some yardage on the ground earlier as Cunningham takes the toss and then gets tossed after a gain of 1, maybe 2 at the most.
Lance Gasper making a tackle there as you look at the Radford Ram mascot. What happened was Waipahu came out with an even defense, a 4-man front, and Radford just ripped them. They jumped to the 5-2, and Radford hasn't been able to handle it as of yet. But they're going to have to keep the offense out there on the field for a while to give their defense a little time to rest.
Call it a gain of 1, and you see the yardage. Whew. Very, very heavily favoring the Marauders of Waipahu. 2nd and 9 from the 22 as Sean Cloyce goes in motion from right to left, and the ball is juggled and scooped up by Cunningham. Luckily, otherwise Radford would have been in deep, deep trouble at the 22-yard line. They can ill afford Waipahu to pick up a loose ball and be in golden position to add another score.
Watch Larry Slade here, number 78. He's right at the point of attack. Both guards pulling. Never gets a handle on the ball. Good block on the outside. They kick out the corner man, Slade, right there to give him a little comfort.
And Cunningham very lucky that time to round up that football.
Did not have a hold of it, did he?
3rd and 9 for Radford and Joey Gonzalez from their own 22 out of the I formation, and now Cunningham will go in motion out to the left. Sprinting out is Gonzalez, throwing deep down the field. Diaz in position for the interception, but cannot hang on to it, as Ryan Cunningham, the receiver, actually ended up playing defensive back. Otherwise, little Leroy was going to have his 4th interception of the year.
Plain tall old Leroy. If you love movies, you still haven't tried pay-per-view on Oceanic Cable, you've been missing out, gang, on the most convenient way to watch recent hits at home. Check out Midweek's TV Showcase for complete listings and details on how to order.
4th and 9, and Gonzalez will now retreat into punt formation here. Twin safeties back for Waipahu. Short kick, fumble, and we'll have to wait and see as they unpile, but it looked like the Rams were in great position to recover that one.
26-yard punt. If some of you people are wondering there, that's not snow on the field, okay? Everything is nice down here, but the weather is not that bad. Looks like snow, and Radford is happy.
Shelly Benjamin could not hang on to the punt. And it is recovered by the Rams, so they get a break, and they really need one, Coach.
Oh, boy, this doesn't come none too soon. 2:21. Skip, what are you thinking?
Well, I'll tell you, Larry, it's too bad that Shelley just fumbled the ball. I was going to make a comment. This young man is definitely a Division I talent. You watch his first move, he's always towards the play. He's got a great instinct for the ball. He's even playing injured with a slight ankle injury, but that doesn't stop him. He's a great, great talent.
1st and 10 for Phil Cunningham, who is also a Division I prospect. Cunningham stacked up. We mentioned earlier his proficiency in track. Last year in the OIA, he was 1st in the 200-meter sprint, 2nd in the 100-meter dash, and he anchored the 4x100 relay team. So Cunningham is certainly a player. He's a transfer from Texas. know that Coach Velasco is happy to have him in the backfield. No gain on the last play, so it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 47-yard line as Holy shifts from right to left on the tight end's position, and throwing short and through the hands of Cunningham is Gonzalez, who are a little bit behind his running back, incomplete.
What's happened here is Radford is not doing the job on offense. 11 plays punt, 5 plays punt, 4 plays punt, 3 plays punt. Not making it.
1:16 to play here in the first half. 14-0 Waipahu as Gonzalez looks to throw. He's under pressure now, in trouble. Can he get away? No. Sacked on the play.
Larry Slade is all over him. Looks like they were related there.
Slade is playing a good game.
Job. Loss of 8 yards. Good-sized kid, too. He's no chihuahua. He's 6 feet, 175-pound junior. He's going to be around for a while. He's going to get much bigger and much stronger.
Timeout on the field. And Radford and Waipahu thus far in something of what we expected, basically. This game has not been an offensive explosion. The defenses have dominated at times, but given the great field position that Waipahu just got, they were able to punch it over for a 14-point lead. Now, Radford, with that ground attack, you can see that they don't throw the ball very well. It's hard for them to come from behind.
Yeah, well, they got 7 people up there on the line for Waipahu, and they play and run all the way. It's just really difficult to run to that. And what Radford is trying to do is split the line. You will see that they have a 1-2-3 split. 1-yard split between the guard and the center, 2-yard split between the tackle and the guard, and a 3-yard split between the tight end and the tackle sometime, hoping to spread out Waipahu. But they're 5-2 defense now, 2 inside linebackers. That's what that means. With 5 men down, really looks tough. You see them now. They got them right up on the line. Not really expecting punt.
4th and 18. Gonzalez will punt it away. And here are the twin safeties again. This is Kamaka, who will field it on the 2 hops at the 22-yard line. Breaks away, and look out down the sidelines. And he is dragged down by Phil Cunningham at the 49. Otherwise, it was Aloha. Talk about great individual effort after a 39-yard punt, and Kamaka appeared to be dead, just dead to rights. But a flag is down.
A real talented player, this young man. Watch number 25, Jonathan Kamaka Jr. Meet him up close and personal here. Look at the feet. Jump to the left, jump to the right. All 5'9", 165 pounds. Watch this move right here. This almost did it right there. Cunningham just barely hung on. See, if they had tearaway jerseys, he would have went all the way that time.
And we're still waiting for the penalty to be marked off. And here's the indication.
Illegal use of the hands, the receiving team prior to the change of possession, still 4th down.
So now it's 4th and 7, and they will punt the ball away again. So that wipes out a tremendous return by John Kamaka.
The way they're punting the ball, maybe they should try a trick play. They only have 43 seconds here.
And they're down 14-0. They might give it a try. Remember, Gonzalez, the punter, is also the quarterback. Another high snap, a rainbow snap, and he does punt it away. This one will go over Benjamin's head and will roll inside the 10 to the 6-yard line and maybe the 5 before it finally goes out of bounds.
46-yard punt. Radford being very, very conservative. 28 seconds left on the clock.
So Waipahu with one last chance here, with just under 30 seconds to play in the first half, and they've got a 14-0 lead, thanks mainly to the effort of Lefa Lauti, the senior quarterback, who connected with Kamaka on a 44-yard touchdown pass and also took it over on a 1-yard quarterback sneak. And Waipahu, the Marauders, looking to stay undefeated in the OIA West and perhaps dethrone Waianae this year.
Looks like it. Looks like it's very possible. He is definitely a legitimate big-time run-and-shoot quarterback. You've seen him run, you've seen him pass, you've seen him do everything.
And Radford will now take time out with 28 seconds to go here in the half, and they're perhaps thinking, well, we need to strip the ball, come up with a turnover, and they want to regroup defensively here.
You can see the stadium is got a brand new feel. down there. It's $2 million. The kids just love it. It's like walking on air, believe it or not.
It's pretty soft now, but give it a few years and it'll be
about
like
5 years and it'll feel like concrete again. And they got section MMPP, LL over there. It costs $9 million to fix 1/8 of the stadium, but the stadium is looking real good. You should come out here and watch this. This is really great. Radford is an exciting team. Maybe not so much their offense tonight because they've been into their offensive wall. 1-2-3 punt, 1-2-3 punt, 1-2-3 punt. But they got a great cheerleading section. The kids stand up during the game. Boy, they're going nuts over there, having a good old time. They got their faces all painted and everything.
And here's the Marauder cheerleaders. Any guy that paints his face is okay with me. That's
Well, I'll tell you what, that's dedicated.
Did you ever do that?
Do what?
Paint your face, you know, to show support?
Hey, look at them there. Okay, you Rams. Yeah. We know you're hot.
1st and 10. Waipahu will run the draw play. Big hole. This is Cooper out past the 10 to the 11-yard line for a 6-yard gain. Coach, you evaded the question there.
Oh, yes. I was hoping that you would forget the question that you asked, my boy. No, when I was in Army, I put some mud and stuff on my face, but not when I was playing football or watching football. But I admire people that do. I think you should sacrifice your body for your team.
And that'll do it for the first half. 14-0 Waipahu leading the Radford Rams in an OIA West showdown. We'll come back with our halftime activities and a news update in just a moment. Welcome back to Aloha Stadium. Larry Beal along with Larry Price and Skip Aquina, and a 14-0 Waipahu lead. And Coach, it's been the Lefalauti show tonight.
It certainly has. I think Jonathan Kamaka has been given a lot of credit. And also the Waipahu defense is playing a lot better than we gave them credit for. They actually been the difference. Radford making too many penalties. They've lost as much in penalties as they've made in offense.
And with their inability to pass the ball, it's very, very difficult to get anything going offensively. You can't run every play.
No, the irresistible force is winning out right now because Radford has been 1-2-3 punt, 1-2-3 punt, 1-3-3 punt, and it won't be long before the defense can't contain Lauti any longer.
All right, so it's 14-0 Marauders. And while we've got a second, we want to talk a little bit about a star player that we had on a couple of weeks ago, Mark Atuaya. And we saw him have about a 200-yard game earlier this year, 335 yards. And last week he broke his own personal best, a state record, over 350 yards. We want to do a little bit of a comparison. One of the all-time greats, maybe the greatest back of all time in Hawaii high school football, Mosi Tutupu. And we want to go down to Skip Aquina for a little bit of a comparison and get Skip's perspective on the two.
Well, Larry, there's no doubt about it. Mark Atuaya is having a banner year this year. He's on the verge of going after Mosi's great individual season record of 1,483 yards. At this point in time, it's interesting because there's a lot of comparisons being made between the two. I had a chance to see Mosi play every single game of his career, and as far as I'm concerned, Mosi Tutupu is the greatest running back that I've seen in the 35 years that I've watched high school football here. But now let's take a look at the numbers and compare the two boys at the same time when they had played 3 games. After 3 games, Mosi had carried the ball 58 times, rushed for 459 yards, and scored 8 touchdowns. Mark, at this point in time, has carried it 63 times, rushed for 873 yards, and has scored 11 touchdowns. Mark only needs 610 yards to equal Mosi's record. Quite frankly, if he can stay healthy, I believe that he will break that record. Now, I had the opportunity to talk to the great Mosi Tutupu today, and he had a message that he wanted to send to Mark. He said, Mark, records are made to be broken. Good luck to you. I hope someday that I'll be able to come back and congratulate you for being the #1 record holder as far as career seasons are concerned. He's a real class act, Larry, the great Mosi Tutupu.
All right, thank you, Skip. And you know, the one thing that Skip mentioned to me earlier today that is kind of remarkable is that Mosi Tutupu, in all of his carries, in over 400 carries, never lost 1 single yard. That's unbelievable.
Oh, he's a big, strong guy. If you ever saw Mosi, he was really built for a guy's age. Might also mention that Mark Atuaya is playing at a public school. You know, it's a big difference, the kind of talent that you get in a public school and a private school. And Atuaya, for what he's doing at a place like Kahuku, really quite remarkable.
Well, he's certainly going to have a great college career. We would hope we know the recruiters are after him. Hopefully he can stay healthy, and it would be fantastic to see him in a big-time setting. And the best of luck to Mark Atawai as we take a look at the first half stats with Waipahu leading 14-0. Coach?
Well, you take a look at that. They only got 4 first downs to 10 for Waipahu. 46 yards rushing, 134 for Waipahu, 92 yards passing, only 9 for Waipahu. But the thing that kills them there is the penalties. Radford has 6 penalties for 46 yards. That includes all of their yards rushing. And with only a 9 passing, my goodness, what can you do? So time of possession, not important. Radford's team has been out there 14.54 seconds, and half of that almost for Waipahu, but they've been making it work.
Yeah, total yardage really telling the story here. 14-0. Waipahu with the lead over the Radford Rams. We'll come back with second half action in just a moment. 14-0 Waipahu as we get set for third quarter action, and you can call this the big and the small of it. Richard Tanovasa, number 75, who was 327 pounds, and his teammate, little Leroy Diaz, who's listed at 5'3", 135.
Gave him that bear hug there. I thought he was going to hurt him. My goodness. The only thing I saw close to that is Jesus Salud taking on Konishki. You know, they went to high school together in Nanakuli. I mean, you know, they're both from Nanakuli. I think Tisanoa went to Midpack. But I saw Salud grab a Konishki. That's the first time I've seen something come close to that. Tanavasa grabbing Diaz.
You know, as we were looking at Tanuvasa, there's a tie-in with Konishki because I'm told that Saleh Tisanoa's brother is trying to recruit Tanuvasa to become a sumo wrestler.
Boy, this kid has got good, quick feet for his size. I was talking to Skip a little bit early, and he was saying, you would not believe this guy can tap dance. I mean, this guy's got some quick feet.
I'm not sure I'd pay to see that, though. 6'2", 327. And Coach Sam Delos Reyes was telling me that they put him on a weight loss program because...
Oh, it worked.
He gained weight. He gained weight on the weight loss program. So who knows what he would have done had he been eating regularly.
Golly, I was going to ask you, what was he before he started the program?
Yeah, I don't know, but...
Now that's baby fat. That'll burn off when it gets a little...
Well, they feel that he has Division I potential, but he's got to get into better shape so he can go into the fourth quarter. As we take a look at more of the fans who've come to tonight's game, and they're really getting into it. And Radford, trailing 14-0, will kick off here to start the second half of play. Robert Fisher has the ball teed up, and Shelly Benjamin is back awaiting the kick.
He would like nothing better than to return one. Dropped one that
squib kick through the hands of Brennan Kamaka and by his brother as well, and John Kamaka falls on it at the 19-yard line. Good decision there. Thank you, Coach. He spills the soda all over my notes and then is trying to blow it off of the page. That's a nice job there. As Waipahu.
Hey, even broadcasters fumble every now and then.
That's true. That's true. And Statman Jack Kay wiping up the turnover. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Lauti hit as he throws and can't complete it out to the 21-yard line.
He hasn't completed many passes when you come right down to it, just about 3 or 4, but he's thrown enough of them complete, and they've been at such a length, 44 yards, a couple of them in 40 yards, that he's hurt them.
Dean Petty, the intended receiver on the last play. As you see the Radford coaches trying to get things turned around here. They're on the short end of a 14-0 score as Lefa Lauti calls the signals for Waipahu, and you can hear him bark them out. Draw to Cooper trying to get started, and the feet churning, unable to do so. A loss of 3 on the play as he's dropped by Nathan Sullivan.
You can see already what Radford has done. They've gone into the locker room, got fired up. They said, hey, if we sit here and let these people just take shots at us, we're going to lose. So they're stunting. They're coming with 7 people here.
And Sullivan wraps him up. He's 5'10", 210 pounds, a senior, Nathan Sullivan, number 77.
A lot more stunting now.
3rd and 13 for Waipahu. They've come in with a 3-0 record against the 2-1 Rams, and Lauti has time, and he's throwing to the sidelines, complete to Kamaka at the 20, but for virtually no gain on the play as the ball floated out there, and a pickup of 2, and they'll have to punt on 4th and 11. So the Rams make a statement. Phil Cunningham, number 26 on the stop, who's going both ways tonight, playing in the defensive secondary as well as at tailback.
They're punting dead into the wind now, so Radford's going to have good field position.
Sean Cloyce back to take this kick, this punt from John Kamaka. Cloyce has got it at midfield, dancing to the 45, and picks up 4 before Lance Gaspar drops him. Robert Banglos on the stop, along with Va'ava'ai Niumata.
A 39-yard punt, 0 return. But they got good field position. Be interesting to see what kind of change. We know they're going to stunt on defense. It'll be interesting to see what they do on offense.
Joey Gonzalez, 5'9", 160-pound senior quarterback, who took over from Marvin Hall after a couple of games. The Radford offense sputtering a bit, and he's trying to get them jump-started. 1st and 10 from the 46, and he is snowed under. Sacked back at the 45-yard line as the pocket just collapsed. And everybody in there, Isako, Gayetes, Niumata, and Pola, all in there. The front 3 just pouring in on the quarterback Gonzalez for a loss of 9. 2nd and 19 for the Radford Rams. Out of the eye, fumbled snap, and Gonzalez pounces on the football, but Radford here with consecutive snaps of negative yardage going the wrong way. And this has got to be somewhat frustrating for Coach Velasco, because he'd like to get the running game going and then mix in a few passes to keep Waipahu off balance, and they just can't sustain anything.
Well, part of that, you got to give credit to Waipahu's defense, I think.
Certainly.
Their defense has really been playing exceptional football. They're playing a tough 5-2 defense here. Just really doing a number on Radford's running game.
3rd and 19. Gray and Cunningham in the backfield. This is a bootleg by Gonzalez under pressure. Gets away for a second and throws it up complete to his tight end, Holy. The 30, the 25, and down at the 22-yard line. But there are flags down once again. Tackled by Falanico Vitale and Shelly Benjamin, as Holy, the tight end, was open, and he may be hurt at the tail end of the play.
34-yard pass, a real... Watch this here. Good move by Gonzalez. He comes up, hides the ball a little bit, has protection, runs inside exactly how you're supposed to do it, just puts it up there off balance and everything. Good throw. Holly catches it.
See maybe where he gets injured here.
Yes, that's what we're looking for.
Well, Benjamin finishing him off.
Partial cartouche. Kind of got it in a little tummy there, maybe.
May have had the wind knocked out of him.
I think that's what they say.
And even worse than that, after a 34-yard pickup and he gets hurt, the penalty is against Radford. Wipe out the gain.
Oh, this is really a tough break for Radford after that great effort. K.E. Fuku Radiator, keeping your radiator cool all year long. Serving Honolulu for 50 years with locations in Kalihi or Waipahu.
Adding insult to injury, the penalty, as you take a look at the Radford bench, 7 penalties for 61 yards against the Rams.
It's really interesting. Coaches have done a lot of research and a lot of talk at clinics and whatnot about what causes penalties, and they say it's a lack of concentration. Offensive coaches say it's a lack of concentration. Defensive coaches say that the players on defense are causing the offense to make mistakes. So, the controversy rages. A lot of people think it's just concentration. That hand you hear in the background is for Holly being escorted off the field there by Ron. Just like his father, real chip off the old block, really concerned about the players. Holly's okay. Not to worry, Mom. Get out that extra scoop of rice for him.
3rd and 34 now, back on the 30 for Radford, and they will go deep down the sideline for Cunningham, and the pass is out of bounds, incomplete. Defending on the play, Brady Adaro, and Shelly Benjamin was also in the area.
You get the feeling here that Radford went in at halftime and they say, hey, we can't run the ball, let's throw it, and had some success throwing it. So defensively we have the stunts, offensively we have some deep pass patterns with some success, but the penalty, what a blow.
Wiped out a big gain, and here is Shelly Benjamin back awaiting the punt by Gonzalez. And this is shanked off to the near side, and it goes out of bounds. Kamaka will have no chance to field that ball. And so good field position again for the Waipahu Marauders as they take over with 7:56 to play in the third quarter. And the Marauders leading the Rams by 2 touchdowns.
You want to look here at the score. Waipahu Marauders 14, Radford Rams 0. We're into the third quarter.
Waipahu looking to remain undefeated. They're 3-0, hoping to go 4-0 and keep pace with Waianae in the tough OIA West. 1st and 10 from the 40. Lauti running the option. The pitch to Cooper. Cuts back inside and picks up 5. Good running there as he saw the pursuit coming and ducked inside. That'll be 2nd down and 5.
Radford's offensive statistics are really abysmal. 9 yards passing, 37 yards rushing, 46 yards of total offense. Watch the replay here. Good option by Lauti. Comes down just a naked option. Almost a good play by Cunningham. Didn't quite get his hand out there, but here they come. That's how you got to tackle these guys. What do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Got a bunch of black jerseys.
James Sunday making the initial hit. 2nd and 5 from the 45. The draw to Cooper. Big hole, the 50, the 45. A foot race drag down from behind inside the 40 to the 36.
Gray actually ran him down there. 19-yard carry. Our boy Tanavasa put a real good block there. That was a trap play. Here you go. Penalties. Waipahu 3 for 30. Rams 7 for 61. Radford has more yards in penalties than in total offense. 61 in penalties, 46 in total offense. Mistakes will kill you in this game.
Hard to win games with those kinds of numbers. 1st and 10 for Waipahu as Kamaka goes in motion to the top of your screen. From the 35, the draw again. Oh, and this time Cooper finds things much tougher.
A little cartouche by Nathan Sullivan that time. 5'10", 200-pound senior. Good hit.
Also on the stop, Anthony Tan.
Watch it again. Little draw play. Just show him the ball right there. Good hit.
No gain on the play.
It's one of a few times.
2nd and 10 from the 35. Waipahu leading 14-0. Man in motion is Colombini. Lauti hit as he pitches to Cooper around the corner, 35-30, and driven down at the 21-yard line. Lauti taking a shot, and you can see those rib pads there. That's the black gear that he has on under the jersey, and he needs it with shots like that.
Cooper getting close to 100 yards now. He's got 10 carries for about 95 yards. This Sunday afternoon, it's NFL action on TNT. The Washington Redskins invade the Phoenix Cardinals Sunday at 2 p.m. on TNT, Oceanic Cable, Channel 29.
Move the chains, a 1st down for Waipahu from the 21-yard line. Lauti looks to throw once, looks twice. Now he's intercepted by Rodney Gray at the 17-yard line. Lauti, you get the feeling, would want that one back because he looked hesitant, and then he fired, and
Rodney Gray, great move. He stepped right in front. You would notice that Lauti that time, you watch right here, he doesn't want to throw this ball. He wants to run it, and at the last minute he decides, oh, I'll go ahead and throw it anyway. Gray was right there.
Trying to get it to Matthew Slade, number 21, who ended up making the tackle. But a key play for Radford. They need something positive to get them going here. They're down by 2 touchdowns, and now Gray, who made the interception, will now carry the ball as he is a two-way player, and he gets stacked up over the left side. Stopped on the play by Isako Galetes, a 5'11", 205-pound senior.
I tell you, Waipahu's defense has really played inspired ball. I guess when you play on a defensive team like Waipahu's situation, where the offense gets all of the kudos, you know, you get a little upset, and it's really hard to keep the players in line. These guys are doing a real terrific job on defense for Waipahu. 2nd
and 7 as Cunningham shifts into the split back set. for Radford, and now he gets the ball on the counter play, still on his feet at the 23 to the 25, trying to get around the corner. Can't do it as he is wrapped up by Brady Adaro.
Big time trap play.
We started talking about Gray and Cunningham. Both of them are going both ways, and we'll talk more about that after we check in with Skip Aquina.
Speaking of Rodney Gray, Larry, he's my kind of boy. I tell you, he's a real blue-collar player, gets those 2 and 3 yards when you need him, plays a real tough linebacker, two-way player, good little player.
All right, thanks, Skip. 3rd and 3 now after the Cunningham carry from the 25. And a big stick as Rodney Gray is fighting for first down yardage, and he's not going to get there.
Oh, Larry Gaspa put the shoulder in him that time, I tell you.
You can hear the helmets and pads.
They're starting to hit now.
What about the two-way player? How difficult is it at this stage of the game? And you're talking about guys who are playing the skill position, so they are running on every play.
Well, a lot of people say that's how the game should be played. If you want to talk about great athlete, in the old days, everybody played 2 ways. You get more people play, and you get a greater degree of specialization. But anybody can play 2 ways this day and age with the kind of specialization and what's expected of you. You got to be some kind of athlete and in great shape.
All right, now 4th and 1 here from the 27, and Radford in punt formation. 3:03 left in the 3rd quarter, and Gonzalez will punt the ball away. This is a good kick, very, very high, and Kamaka calls for a fair catch and lets it bounce. And all the way back to the 20-yard line, and Waipahu will have it there.
A
14-0 lead for the Marauders.
52-yard punt, Larry.
And we'll come back.
It's interesting to note out. We're looking over the stats here with Jack, our statistician. Radford's had 7 possessions, 7 punts.
Well, they're consistent. 1st and 10. And this is Lauti. Really ripping off yardage up the middle.
You probably wonder why he did that. Probably ran a stunt, went 13 yards right up the center, just touched the quarterback and said, hey, I'm gonna go, just you and I. You see the guard was pulling. You see Tanabasa pulling like he thought it was gonna be some kind of play, but Lauti had the sense to say, hey, I can make 10 yards right now, and took it. And that's how quick he is.
Nice block by his center, number 50, Andrew Alameda. And he'll do it again, and this time with limited success. The ball comes loose after he was already down. Nathan Sullivan on the stop, along with James Sunday.
Things getting testy in there. They're starting to talk to each other.
14-0 Marauder lead. They've been unable to get it cranked up offensively. We told you at the top of the broadcast that they're averaging over 40 points a game, and here Radford, with that stingy defense, has held them to only 2 touchdowns. But 2 touchdowns is more than enough when the Rams can't score themselves. 2nd and 8 from the 36, John Kamaka, who scored one of those TDs in motion out to the right side, and hit from behind is Lauti. Loose ball, and Radford has recovered. Ball is recovered by Ronald Cole, the defensive end.
Hit by Robert Fisher from behind. Beautiful hit. That's the kind of stuff that kind of scares you. That was a cartouche. That is the doggy's bone for the defensive lineman.
And Lauti had no chance, hit from behind as you take another look.
Watch right here. The holy mackerel, try to take his head off. And he loves it. Little La Bamba move there, or was that the Lambada?
1st and 10 from the 26, Phil Cunningham. Upended, Shelly Benjamin with a big-time stick.
Now we're playing football, ladies and gentlemen. We got another cartouche, back-to-back.
And the coach is getting a little worked
I'm getting
up
jacked.
Starting to
watch Benjamin come up here, helmet to helmet. Oh, yeah. Take that, talk to him. Don't come on my side, Shelly is telling him. Don't come over here.
Coach Price with a little foaming at the mouth here as he looks on at the replay.
Cartouche. Let's have another cartouche.
1st and 10. We'll make it 2nd and 10 now. No gain on the last play from the 26 for Radford. Down by 2 TDs. They need a score. Bootleg by Gonzalez. Set up. He'll throw deep. He's got a man. Complete. And out at the 1-yard line. Caught by Marvin Hall. That
was a great play by Gonzalez. 25-yard pass. He put it right on the number. Just right on the numbers. Leroy Diaz.
Well, that's the liability because
saved the touchdown.
Leroy's only 5'3", and so when he's back there, if you get a taller receiver, it's a problem.
God, he threw that ball every which way and got it down there, and it went right over the head of Leroy Diaz. That's the first time his height was a disadvantage. Marvin Hall pulls it in.
Valenico Vitale saved the touchdown, but Radford knocking on the door. First and goal from the 1. Rodney Gray, not to be, as he is grabbed right at the 1-yard line. Nice tackle on the play by Niumata, number 73. Va'ava'ai Niumata. So it'll be second and goal from the 1. And, you know, we saw that earlier completion to Marvin Hall, and I asked Sam De Los Reyes about that. What about having a cornerback who's only 5'3", and he said, hey, if I was the other coach, I'd throw at him every play just to see if he can hold up. And we'll see if the Rams can punch it in. That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, he was in good position.
He was in pretty good position, but just could not leap up and deflect the ball. 14-0 is our score, and the Marauders leading by 2 TDs, but the Rams trying to take advantage of that turnover and punch it in. Now, earlier we saw a tribute to John Velasco, and in this segment of the OIA, the first 50 years, we focus on that historic, emotional, and memorable title game with Waianae, proving to be a really inspirational evening at Aloha Stadium for everybody who was there, as Radford won it for Coach Velasco. In fact, the Rams won it all in 1981, a fitting tribute to Coach John Velasco.
I think that game really brought us together. You know, that Waianae team, you know, was a pretty good game. They had a lot of good athletes on the team. Kirk O'Vale was on that team and stuff, and I think we just put that game all together for Coach Velasco.
Those kids would have won even if he had not passed away. I think they were well prepared for us there because our kids felt some of the effect, but all they knew about John Velasco was the fact that he was the rival coach. I mean, you know, they felt bad about the situation. I think my coaching staff and myself, we felt bad about the situation also, but I think the effects of the game had nothing to do with what happened there. I think their kids were emotionally involved, but our kids were ready to play. I mean, I told our staff and our players that, hey, if you don't give them the best shot, then all this is in vain. So, and I told Pablo Velasco then, and I told his assistant coaches that I think John, passing away the day before the game or so, had already set the thing down. I mean, they had the game prepared and everything, and we as coaches understood all that. So the credit has to go to him on that day. I mean, you know, we would have liked to win, but they had a great team. They did a great coaching job.
After we won that first game, the Waianae game, it wasn't like anybody was happy or anything, you know, because of the death, but also because we weren't satisfied with that. We weren't complacent. We wanted to win it all. And it wasn't until we won the Prep Bowl until we really, you know, we really were really happy about it.
And there's the son, Ron Velasco, following in his father's footsteps, trying to lead the Rams program here, perhaps to another OIA title. Right now they're down 14-0. They've got their hands full. Trying to score from the 1, and stacked up again is Rodney Gray, and they just find the middle of that Waipahu line impenetrable.
Tanavasa right there again. They got all the heavyweights in there now. Well, they can't say they don't have an opportunity here to punch it over. They got 3rd down and what, a yard? What would you call?
Well, I was going to ask you that because some coaches do not like to go outside because they feel there's a potential to lose yardage. But if you get outside and you got somebody with good speed like Cunningham and Gray, you can win a foot race to the end zone.
The best play down here is a slant-off tackle because you can ricochet into the end zone. Going straight at it like that, if you hit an immovable force is what they're doing, you just bounce back.
3rd and goal from the 1 on the option. The pass to Cunningham. Can he get to the end zone? No. No, he is out at the 1-inch line. And what Cunningham was saying is, the ball has to cross the plane. I held the ball out over the cone, over the pylon. That should be a touchdown.
Well, I've always thought it was hard to play and officiate. Maybe if we take another look at that, you can see that he came very close, but did not go over.
Well, that was an odd-looking play because I believe they were going to run the option, and they did not expect a passing situation. They're lucky that they got anything out of it. And Cunningham, as we mentioned, with the speed to get outside, and on 4th down here in the 4th quarter, trailing by 2 touchdowns, they pretty much have to go for it. 4th and goal.
Well, they're in the right formation, I formation. That's going to be a little easier to stop.
Well, look for something right here because that's where they can get in, and I don't know.
Touchdown.
Yes, touchdown. But not by much.
Not by much at all.
They needed inches, and they got inches. So Radford gets on the board here at the 10:41 mark of the 4th quarter. And the extra point to be attempted here. This is Robert Fisher, who drills it through the uprights.
We have a football game.
And the Waipahu lead is cut in half as we take another look at the touchdown by Phil Cunningham, who barely fights his way over the line. Well, the Waipahu lead has been cut in half as the Rams have taken advantage of a turnover, a fumble by Lauti caused by a big hit when he was back to pass. And they have taken advantage, a long pass to Marvin Hall, setting up a 1-yard plunge by Cunningham, and they are right back. One big play out of this game, 14-7.
We'll say it again, the way you play, your defense plays the first 5 minutes out of this 3rd quarter really helps a lot. And you can see that hit that Fisher put on Lauti that caused the fumble.
And a squib kick, and this could be trouble, and Waipahu falls on it, and it was recovered by Aaron Menezes. He is a backup split end, and so he's got the good hands. And you take a look at the scoring drive here.
5 plays, 26 yards, elapsed time 2 minutes 55 seconds, 1-yard run by Cunningham. That's after the fumble on the 26-yard line.
And so here are the Marauders, 10:20 to play in this game, and they'd like a nice sustained drive here to work some of that time off the clock. Flag goes down at the start of the play. The draw to Cooper, and he's buried by Nathan Sullivan. And Sullivan has had a big second half, Coach.
Yes, he's really come alive in the second half.
An illegal shift will be called. There was a loss on the play, so they'll probably decline the penalty. It was a loss of 5 on the handoff. And Sam Delos Reyes has got to be a little bit concerned at this point.
What Ron Velasco did is not trying to chase away flies. He's telling them to decline the penalty.
We have illegal shift on the offense. The penalty is refused. 2nd down.
Glad you could be with us here tonight for this Waipahu-Radford clash, an OIA West shootout. I'm Larry Beal along with Larry Price and Skip Aquina down on the sidelines. 2nd and 14 for Waipahu as John Kamaka goes in motion. They fake the counter, and Lauti is dragged down, and he is in deep trouble and dropped again.
Boy, they're jacked.
And they are
Phil Cunningham all over him.
All over Lauti. Now down to Skip.
Larry.
Take it away, Skip.
Larry, as we mentioned earlier, if Radford could hold Waipahu to under 2 touchdowns, they'd be in this ballgame. There's definitely been a momentum and emotional change here on the Radford sideline. No question about it. They're in the football game.
And it's so loud down there that Skip can't even hear us. Of course, he's about 3 feet away from the band. And this is Lauti in trouble again and down for the 3rd consecutive time. As with Robert Fisher in there, number 54 headbutting James Sunday, number 55, 3 consecutive losses by the Rams defense. First they got Cooper and then 2 sacks on Lauti. And I'll tell you, the Rams have come alive.
Tremendous effort by Robert Fisher there. He's playing a tremendous second half. Yes, you got to be excited. No great deed accomplished without enthusiasm. I don't know what they told him in the locker room, but it worked. Maybe let him sniff some gunpowder.
And here is Kamaka with the punt, an end-over-end kick. Cloyce takes it on the run and drops it, and he is stuck at midfield.
Good field position. A 28-yard punt. Good catch. They have the ball in Waipahu territory.
Nice tackle by 83, Siafono. Sui Va'aya.
Sui Va'aya is playing a great game for Waipahu.
8:17 and counting left in this football game. And Radford, with great field position, has the ball at the 48. As you tell us about the Hitler family.
Sunday, you got to watch this Sunday. Latest USA original movie. Kay Lynch, Patrick Kennedy starring his spine. Chilling story of intrigue. October Hitler's daughter Sunday at 7.
First and 10. Gonzalez in deep trouble, throws it up. This is a jump ball and incomplete and maybe interference. At the 20-yard line, it was intended for Marvin Hall. Leroy Diaz, the 5'3" defender, was there, and he got some help on the play by Falanico Vitale.
This is jump ball here. Hey.
Well, we got to take a look at the penalty and see what that is.
It's really difficult to throw the ball going Malka the way they're going now because the way the wind is blowing.
Well, the infraction is against Radford.
The pass interference on the offense. Lost it down. Second down.
Wow.
That's costly. 8th penalty now for 76 yards.
Boy, it appeared that Hall just went straight up when he was going for the ball.
Maybe they tangled belt buckles or something. The third offense is at work. The penalties.
And they're still going here.
What's going on now?
And there may have been a penalty against Coach Velasco tacked on as well for protesting the call.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, charge against the bench, second down.
Well, somebody, it may not have been Coach Velasco, it could have been anybody on the sideline there, but that is essentially 30 yards of lost territory, which is devastating when you're talking about trying to get the game-tying touchdown. Second down and 40 from the 22-yard line. Gonzalez has really got his work cut out for him here. 7:45 to play. Slant pattern. This is Cloyce. Cloyce trying to break away, and he's got a lot of white shirts around him at the 35-yard line. Tackled by Lance Gaspar for a pickup of 12. Also there, Dave Natividad.
Radford has obviously decided that they can throw the ball. You can see here, just rifles it out here. Really a good throw. Excellent throw.
Vitale missed, and then everybody jumping on top as the pursuit catches up. Good look at the quarterback, Joey Gonzalez, the senior from Radford. 3rd and 27 as he drops back the pass and flips it out to Cunningham. Cunningham, one-on-one, breaks away from one man and gets out past the 45-yard line.
Momentum has really shifted to Radford here.
Gaspar was in on the stop. Another pickup of 13 yards, but still they're looking at 4th down and long yardage to go. 4th and about 13. And those penalties, boy, particularly the 15-yarder for unsportsmanlike conduct really hurts a lot.
Joey just rifled that ball out there. Cunningham, good job. Big back.
He is a Division I prospect.
No question about that.
Had 2 TDs last week against Nanakuli.
91 yards in penalties for Radford. Only 30 for the Marauders.
4th and 14, Gonzalez will punt. And this is Benjamin, who's running away from the ball and will let it bounce and roll and roll and roll. And wow. Inside the 5-yard line. And this is the way we started this game with Gonzalez, a great punt to the 1. And so Waipahu will take the ball over in dangerous, dangerous territory, a 43-yard punt, and their lead is 7. We're back, and you see the time remaining. Under 6 minutes left in this football game. Waipahu and Radford separated by 7 points. Waipahu with the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 5. Lauti pitches into the end zone for Cooper, who is upended at the 7-yard line. Nice tackle on the play by Tony Molina.
One of the first times they've done that.
And a flag is down again.
This could be a real costly penalty for either side. Clipping, oh boy. Now you got a tense situation. Here's when the immovable force that we talked about in the beginning of the telecast might be able to create another touchdown. Skip, what do you see down there?
Well, Larry, getting back to those 2 penalties that Radford had that broke their momentum there. One was offensive pass interference. The other one was a coach said something that the referee didn't like, and that's why they were hit with that penalty there.
Not to put you on the spot, Skip, but I don't know if you saw the offensive interference. Was it clear down on the sidelines?
I'll tell you, I'd like to see it again. Let's put it that way.
All right, diplomatic way of saying, well, Radford got hit with a very tough one there. Now they're trying to make up for it defensively. The inside handoff, and that goes absolutely nowhere as Kamaka is smothered at the 3-yard line on 1st down and 11.
Robert Cole in there to make the defense. I tell you, Radford's defense has really got excited. Watch number 86 here stop the entire play there and make the tackle.
Great job by Cole, who was the key man last week, had 7 tackles and blocked a punt as Radford defeated Nanakuli 21-0.
Talk about sacrificing your body to stop a play. Good job, Robert Cole.
2nd and 12 for Waipahu. Kamaka in motion. Leaves your screen. And there's the give to Cooper, tripped up in the backfield. And another nice play. And that was Robert Fisher again, getting a hand on the ball carrier.
Could be the defensive player of the year this time. I mean, this week. For a limited time, when you order Honolulu Magazine, you get a monthly cable guide. Plus, this year's restaurant guide with your subscription. Call Oceanic Cable to order. Okay, Ronald Cole. Is it Ronald or Robert? Ronald Cole. Real good-looking young man playing a heck of a defensive game in the second half.
3rd and a long 11 as we hit the 4-minute mark, and Lauti will throw from his end zone. He is in trouble, and he's got to dance away and escape, and he's going to be dragged down at the 4-yard line. Rodney Gray ran him down, and Lauti, very, very dangerous territory for him there, back in his own end zone. That could have been a safety, and that really would have given Radford a huge boost.
Again, Ronald Cole pushes him real deep here, makes him run for his life, and watch Fisher close the distance here. Ronald Gray hanging on, and here comes Fisher just to make sure. Always around the ball.
And now they've got a punt on 4th down. This is Kamaka who gets it out, but a very short kick, end over end. Boyce takes it at the 34, trying to get around the right side and dragged down by a man who's been everywhere on special teams tonight, Coach Price's favorite player, Siafono Sui Va'aya on the stop.
Sui Va'aya, I tell you, you are some kind of football player. Hey, if you love movies and you still haven't tried pay-per-view on Oceanic Cable, you've been missing out on the most convenient way to watch recent hits at home. Check out midweek's TV showcase for a complete listing and details on how to order.
Well said. I could not have said that any better myself. Well, here's the game. 3 minutes left. Oh, a nice catch at the 28-yard line. Reception by Marvin Hall. This guy started the year as the quarterback for Radford, has now moved to wide receiver as Gonzalez has taken over as the signal caller, and that was a pickup of 8.
Bernard Kamaka made a nice tackle there. Real difficult throw to defend against if you watch this. Joy just throws it right down here on the ground. Kamaka make a good hit. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not Kamaka, that's Falonico Vitale.
Time about to become a factor as we are running down to the 2:15 mark in this game, and Waipahu leading 14-7. The Rams of Radford trying to drive for the game-tying score. Throwing the out pattern, that's complete to Ryan Cunningham, who gets out of bounds. and stops the clock at 2:02.
Nico Vitale again in on a tackle. How the worm turns. Watch this. All of a sudden, Radford is becoming a passing attack. Joey Gonzalez just throws it right out there. Hall, it seems to be everywhere. Waipahu, last possessions in the second half. 4 plays punt, 4 plays interception, 2 plays fumble, 4 plays punt, 3 plays punt. Sound like they caught the Radford disease.
The tables have turned. That was a first down reception. Ball on the 22 now. Throwing again. Complete. And a nice catch made by Marvin Hall. He stayed in bounds. So the clock will continue to run here.
Nico Vitale right there to do the job.
Only a gain of about 1 or 2 yards.
Loosen him up for something. This is a definite setup. You can almost bet on it.
And that's the helmet in the back.
Oh, that is a minor
fumble on the snap. Disaster for Radford if they do not recover this ball. Waipahu football.
That might be it. Watch it. What happened here? He never got the ball. Never got the ball, and well, Waipahu wanted it more.
James Sunday, the center, on the exchange.
Guess who recovered the fumble?
With Gonzalez. Was it Siafono Sui Va'aya?
Our boy Sui Va'aya could be the defensive player of the week. Hey, K.E. Fuku Radiator is keeping your radiator cool all year long, celebrating their 50th anniversary. Visit either of their locations in Kalihi or Waipahu. K.E. Fuku Radiator.
1:19 to play, and a huge turnover for the Radford Rams. They had the ball inside the 25-yard line, going for the game-tying score, and perhaps if they'd scored the touchdown, they could have gone for 2 for the victory, and a fumbled exchange, a bad snap, and they really need a miracle at this point with 1:19 left to play, and they're down by a touchdown.
Well, you know, we said we were going to have a classic struggle between the irresistible force and the immovable object, and that's what it turned out to be. Unfortunately for Radford, way too many penalties, costly mistakes at the wrong time. They should be not even in the football game if their defense hadn't played as well as we predicted in the beginning of the game. But they made the great adjustment at halftimes, and who knows, the game is not over yet. I wouldn't say it's over yet. 1:19 is a lot of time.
Sam Delos Reyes has eluded a huge bullet. They dodged a big one right there, and he'd like to get this team into the playoffs this year, as he did with Nanakuli back in 1983. And Lauti on the sneak will try to run the clock down as we get to 1:14 left in this game, and a timeout taken by the Rams.
You see 1:14 on the clock there. We start the cat and mouse strategy between the two coaches. Over there on the Waipahu side, you see Del Reyes with Bobo Claveria, who was one of the University of Hawaii's great offensive linemen in the 60s. They both got a plan. They huddle up on each side, and the people in the stands are jacked. We got a good crowd here. You ought to come out and watch this. Look at them there. Just look at those. My goodness.
Sam Delos Reyes at this point telling his guys, hey, secure the football because we don't want to turn it over down here ourselves. Waipahu clinging to a 14-7 lead. You know, Skip Akina said last week or 2 weeks ago that he thought this Waipahu team would upset Waianae and win the West this year. Your thoughts?
I agree with Skip. I think this is one of the finest football teams I've seen in the OIA in the last 5 years. I think these guys are going to give Waianae all they want in the way of competition. It's going to be a great game.
And we've got Waianae in our next telecast here on Oceanic against Mililani, another team that's 3-0 in the West. That'll be October the 26th here on Oceanic. 2nd and 6 for Waipahu, and whistles blow to stop play. And now they'll blow again to start play as Kamaka comes in motion. The draw to Cooper, tripped up again. And the clock continues to roll. And another timeout is taken by the Rams at the 1:02 mark. And I'm not sure, I believe that is their last timeout. So it'll be 3rd and 5, and they can no longer stop the clock. As we take a look at some of the people responsible for this broadcast. 1:02 to play. Waipahu, if they snap the ball again, could run another 30 seconds off the clock at least.
Got to say that Cooper for Waipahu had 14 carries for 97 yards, a 6.93 average per carry, which is really good. Well, it all comes down to this play here. Just imagine, a quarterback sneak is 1 second if it goes nowhere, like a dive. A triple reverse would take 9 seconds. An end sweep would take 6 to 8 seconds. What would you do?
Well, I would just run something safe. The real key is that Radford does not have any timeouts left. They just don't want a turnover here. Waipahu must secure the football. Lauti will keep. Directing traffic, and Gray slams him down to the turf. And Lauti gives him a football. 52 seconds left, and the clock will continue to roll here, but it'll be 4th down.
That's your best play there. You see the quarterback runs out that little quarterback sweep there. That eats up a lot of time on that clock.
Well, we'll see how far they can run the clock down. They can take a delay of game penalty. Look at the hit by Gray.
Real fine athlete. Oh, Lauti, you see him directing traffic. That's eyes. To be able to run full speed like that.
And he's close to the 1st down.
Oh, yeah, he may have it. Maybe all over right there.
He did get the 1st down, so never mind how much time is left, because the 1st down will keep the football in Waipahu hands. And that will just about do it with 47 seconds left to play.
A real fine performance by that young man there. Radford Rams have nothing to be ashamed of. They put up a real valiant fight in the second effort. Boy, did they make some adjustments. Why would they be lining up in punt formation, pray tell? Oh, I see.
Just a deep safety to make sure nothing goes awry
somebody
here.
didn't tell them that they made the 1st down.
Lauti under the center, and he will just fall forward and cradle the football with 20 seconds left. And that will be the final play of this game. The Radford Rams with a spirited effort here in the 4th quarter, but will come up a little bit short. And if not for a couple of critical penalties on one pass play, who knows? The Rams may have been able to duck out of Aloha Stadium with a win. As it stands, Radford falls to 2-2 on the season, and Waipahu raises its record to 4-0. The Marauders still perfect here in 1990, and we'll come back for our post-game thoughts in just a moment. We are back at Aloha Stadium, and you see the final score and the teams exchanging handshakes. Waipahu with a 14-7 victory over the Radford Rams. A very hard-fought game, a difficult game, and Waipahu just hung on at the final gun. If not for that bad snap, the Rams might have had the game-tying touchdown. Could have went for 2 and maybe won it.
Totally outplayed them in the second half there, whatever they did, and that's a sign of a good team, a well-coached team, where they can go in at halftime and come out. They started stunting on defense. They started throwing the ball in the second half. Makes you wonder why they didn't throw like that in the first half, doesn't it? They were insistent on running the ball. No success at all. Came out completely outplayed Waipahu in the second half.
And if you take a look at Lefa Lauti, he had a very difficult 4th quarter, and they took Kamaka completely out of the game in the second half when he was running wild early in the game.
Yes, Robert Fuscher and Radford, unmovable force, came out just like we thought they would in the second half. Really tough defensive game, second quarter.
A spirited group, but Lauti and company do prevail. And, you know, as you look at him as a player, you mentioned him as a true run-and-shoot quarterback, a guy who is dangerous both running and passing the ball, which is rare.
If he goes to a Division I team, they'll probably make him a defensive back, probably a free safety. But if he grows more, there's no telling. He definitely has all the tools.
And you see Lefalati there. He's a little on the small side because he's only about 5'8". So I don't know if he would be the classic Division I prospect. But then again, if you look at guys that used to run the wishbone like a Jamel Holloway, who's only a 5'9", I'm not sure if he's the same caliber of athlete.
He runs the option. Watch him throw the ball here. He's got a good arm. This thing is in line. Perfect Sparrow. All alone. Boy, how would you like to cover that guy, Jonathan?
John Kamaka with the touchdown that put his team up 7-0. And now let's go down to Skip Aquino.
Larry, I've got Coach Sam De Los Reyes with me here, the winning coach. Coach Sam, great job tonight. Came out early, first drive, 99 yards. Looked like it was going to be another 40-point night, but Radford came to play defense and give you guys a real good ball game.
That's right. We expected them to do well against us. We took nothing for granted. They're a good ball club when we started them. We anticipated them to come, and they came at all angles, and they confused us on, blocking schemes up front, and we didn't have very much time to throw, and their game plan was real good. We credit their coaches for doing a real good job.
Sam, a comment about Shelly Benjamin. He played a heck of a ball game tonight. I know he's not 100%. He was limping on that ankle. We talked the other day. You had him down there getting his massage. A comment about the young man. I think he's just a tremendous young athlete here.
He does a real good job. He just wants to play, hurt, any way he can help the team, he'll do it. And it showed tonight that, he came out and, all he asked was, Coach, just take me up. And, after the first series, he was ready to go. And, he showed that he can play hurt or, well. And we expect him to, be our leader on defense as well again.
Okay, Coach, thanks a lot again. Good luck to you the rest of the season, and we'll be seeing you, I'm sure, down in the future here. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Back to you, Larry.
All right, thank you, Skip. And, of course, Y&I will be looming in the distance as they're going to be one of the teams to contend with along with Mililani as Waipahu goes to 4-0 and trying to stay undefeated and win the West. Here we take a look at the complete game totals. And you can see total yardage, 273 for Waipahu as compared with only 121 for Radford. And also the penalties, Coach, a big story in this game.
Yeah, the penalties, Radford, 9 for 91, and the turnovers for Waipahu, 3. Big difference there. Time of possession, not that much, but without the penalties, Radford would have been much better off offensively. They really hurt themselves with the penalties. I would look for Radford to rebound. I don't think that they're going to lose many more games.
Well, they're 2-2 now, and they'd like to be in the fight. And again, as we talked about the Wild West in the OIA, you've got Waipahu now that's 4-0. You've got Y&I, the traditional team to beat in the West, and Mililani also undefeated. And it's going to be quite a race, quite a dogfight down the stretch.
What a great way to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the OIA.
Fantastic. And we will have Mililani and Y&I in our next TV game on the 26th of October. That ought to be a classic.
That is going to be some confrontation. Hope you can come out and watch it.
All right. Join us here on Oceanic as we continue to follow the OIA all season long. Again, the final score tonight from Aloha Stadium, Waipahu 14 and Radford 7. Aloha, everybody.